Good morning, good evening. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are. It is finally the weekend, July 31st, and it's afternoon. The reason for this video is because I would like to share something that I feel that doesn't fit. Now, I understand Deadpool. Now, Deadpool is a Marvel hero that clearly does not have a filter. If you watch the live action films, it is known for its dark humor. It is known not to be taking itself so seriously. And it also pokes fun at pretty much anything and everything. The reason why I bring up Deadpool is because of Deadpool 2. And there's a specific scene that I feel the music choice that was picked for a certain climactic scene, I feel like just didn't fit. I feel it was very unnecessary and ridiculous. But like I said, it's a movie that isn't supposed to take itself too seriously because Deadpool has no filter. He pokes fun at everything, and it's known for its dark humor. You know, it's a movie. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's a muse. It's a muse of entertainment and so forth. But the issue that I have is that, and it's kind of funny during the scene. You know, if you see it as a whole, it takes place at an orphanage. And of course, if you know little orphan Annie, she lived in the orphanage before she was adopted by Warbucks. And she is known for a lot of her songs, such as It's a Hard Not Life. It is Put on a, Put on a Happy Face, something like that song. And then Tomorrow. In the movie, you hear the song, your Little Orphan Annie songs, Tomorrow twice. One of which it kind of makes me understand why they did it, but I just feel like it just didn't fit. Now, the first time you hear that song is when Gable, played by Josh Brolin, he is on a mission to exterminate, almost like a page out of the Terminator franchise, where basically, you know, assassins from the future have come to the past to try to exterminate or terminate their target so that in the future they could win. They're more likely to win than to lose. Well, it's kind of like that. Gable comes to the past to try to X out a child who has the power to control fire. Now, in the future, this young boy becomes a villain and ends up 86ing Gable's wife and daughter. Her name is Hope. Now, as a revenge, he feels like if he goes back in time, it will prevent this. Well, Wade, also known as Deadpool, is not going to have this. He's not having this at all. But Gable tells why this has happened. This young boy has to go because once this little boy, goes after the person that abused him, which was the headmaster. Now, this young boy was susceptible to a lot of pain and suffering because of this headmaster. Because his headmaster believed that anyone that was a mutant was an enemy of God and therefore had a way of twisting biblical verses to his own thing. That's why you hear the verse, "Blessed are the wicked that are healed of my hand." That is what the headmaster would always say to this young boy to make an example of him. Well, the young boy said, "No, not happening. You must be punished. You did to me eye for an eye." Which is exactly what Gabe's doing. A life for a life. So, of course, when Gable is explaining why he is after this young boy, the Tomorrow song is being played because it happened to be played on the record. There was a record player and it happened to be playing there. Then it gets played again during the cinematic scene because Gable gave Wade 30 seconds. He gave Wade 30 seconds to change this young boy's mind. Otherwise, he was going to fulfill his mission, which was to 86 this boy. Now, Wade knew that Gable ain't playing. He is not playing, he's not playing, he's not playing, he's not playing. So there's this scene. It's completely badass. It's one of my favorite scenes. I've actually used that scene a few times in some of my videos. I'm pretty sure you know about it. When it's near the end and Gable says, you know what? I've had enough. You had your chance. I'm taking my chance. You are on your own. Wade, who now has this collar, which prevents any mutant from using their powers. His power is regeneration, which is why he has not died from his cancer like he got in the first film. Unfortunately, if he has that collar, he cannot heal properly, and therefore the cancer will be taking over, which exactly you do see it when he and this young boy go to the icebox, which is funny because this young boy actually tells him, please don't send me back. Just either, put me out of my misery or let me be taken to the icebox. That's it. And the icebox is where, mutants are placed there, things of that nature. Well, Wade puts the collar on because he knows that what he's going to do. So as Gable is racing towards his weapon, Wade is racing to get to the young boy. So Wade rushes to the slide and does that badass move to leap over it. Gable slides to go get his firearm, his weapon. Now, as this is all happening, the Tomorrow song is being played. It's a bad scene, but the music, I feel, just doesn't fit. What would have fit was Celine Dion's Ashes, which she does sing for that movie. Now, you do that song in the beginning of the credits, and I think the uncut version, because I've seen both. I've seen the theatrical version, and I think the director's cut, uncut version, where when Wade dies temporarily, he sees Vanessa and it's playing that song. And the original version is playing an acoustic version of Take On Me. But Celine Dion's Ashes is being played in that scene. Now, I feel like Celine Dion's Ashes would have been a perfect fit for that scene because of the whole Can Beauty Come Out of Ashes. Because when Wade sacrifices himself to protect this child, it somehow touches and moves Gable, realizing that despite this, Wade still sacrificed his life for this child. And this child didn't feel like anyone cared for him, that he couldn't trust anyone. That, all the stuff that he went through really made him hate people. And seeing that Wade, who doesn't have a filter and is the kind of person not many people have the patience for. Like me, I would try to do anything not to catch a case because I'll be doing everything I can to restrain myself from not smacking this dude upside the head or in the mouth. Like, he doesn't shut up. That's why people like Wade. He doesn't shut up. He has something to say, and it's just like, dude, shut the heck up. No one asked for your opinion. Shut up already. But in that scene, Gable is touched and sort of realizing, because he said that his contractor only had one more trip, because he said after he was done with his mission, he was going to go back. But seeing that Wade sacrificed his life, he uses that one trip to go back to the beginning of the scene where they infiltrate the orphanage, where he slipped something underneath because everything was going to be go through again. And when he does, discharge his weapon, it wasn't gonna have a Wade, die. It was gonna deflect, almost like a level up, like an extra life, kind of like in Ready Player One. But yeah, so in that scene, I feel like ashes would have been better because can beauty come out of ashes? Look at that. The beauty of love and sacrifice, being human, all that stuff. It would have worked well, in my opinion. Some people swear up and down that that song would have worked better in Avengers Infinity Wars because everything kind of goes out of ashes, and an Endgame is about to take place 5 years later, where basically everyone's trying to sort of figure out what to do next. So that's what whole thing is. Some people say that it would have worked well with it. Yeah, I agree. But I think that song would have worked well for that scene in Deadpool 2. At least that's my opinion, because it just would have fit well, the whole beauty come out of ashes. I mean, everything was burning, everything was ashes. Wade was not his, hot rod red kind of uniform. It was all soot. It was all soot and ash because of all the fire he had to dodge and everything. But yeah, I think it would have worked. That song would have worked better than Tomorrow. But like I said, Deadpool is not the kind of hero you take too seriously, because he's not made to be taken seriously. He's known for his dark humor. He's known for poking fun and everything. And depending on what origin you follow, he, from what I had heard, he has, he's patula, which is French for not all there. He's up there, not all there. Obviously, he's not all there, but in the movie, they never really say how or why, but in the comics, there's a reason for it. I'm not going to say it, only because, I've never read the comics. I've seen my brother play the game Deadpool, which didn't do very well. But obviously, yeah, Wade is patula. He's not all there, alright? Patula. And of course, that's why people love him, because kind of like Fallout. Is it Fallout? No, not Fallout. Borderlands. There's a character kind of like Deadpool, who's also not all there. Yeah. But yes, so I think in Deadpool 2, that scene in particular, I think Leon's ashes would have worked well. I think it would have been a better fit. I think it was more necessary than Tomorrow. But I'm not the director. I'm not the studio. I have no say. I'm just stating my opinion and why I think that would have worked. But that's just me. All right. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Because to me, I feel like it wasn't a good fit. Even though I know what I know, I still don't think it was a good fit. That's just me. Anyways, you guys let me know. You guys have a great weekend. Let me know what you guys think about, what would have been a better fit in Deadpool 2 in that scene, in that sequence. So, yeah, you guys have a good day. Bye.